Hey folks, today another review for Sony FE shooters. It's a 70-200 f4 lens. I'm going to get Arena back in to do some image testing on this one. F4 may be a bit of a downer for some people. A lot of us who are coming from the DSLR world consider 2.8 to be the premium, F4 to be the cheaper level, but this has some interesting advantages apart from the fact that it's dinky. Look how small this thing is. It's barely bigger than my 24-70. Let's have a look.
Hi folks, please jump over to mattgranger.com. You can scroll down and sign up to the mailing list. It's all free. Get up to date with what's going on. You can go up the top here and see all the different events I'm holding around the world, plus EOIs for places I'm considering going if you'd like me to come to your town. And check out the video series, all of my different complete download series for your entertainment.
First up, let's take a look at the 70-200. I have to say, it's actually incredibly small. It's surprisingly small. Let me show you compared to the Nikon 2.8. Okay, we're going to need to widen our frame to fit that in. You can see the difference there. As well as being considerably shorter, it's a whole heck of a lot lighter and a lot skinnier. I'm actually quite surprised by just how small this thing is. That's the only advantage I can see before using it of why go F4. They don't offer a 2.8 yet, but the F4 is coming in much smaller and lighter than you would expect otherwise. It's still got a 9-blade rounded aperture in there. It's stabilized. It does F4 all the way through to F22. 72mm front filter thread. It's 3.15 inches by 6.89 inches or 8 centimeters by 17.5 centimeters. It's weighing in at 840 grams and costs $1,500 US. And one thing that is great, it's still got these focus lock buttons to remember where you'd focused. Nearly all of the Nikons and Canons, except for the really high-end long lenses, have done away with that. Now, just to put that into perspective, the Nikon F4 is similar in size to the Sony. It's only $1,400, 850 grams, whereas this is 840. But the Sony version of the f2.8 weighs in at 1.3 kilos and $3,000, so double the price of the F4. So, you know, there's a couple of reasons why you may want to consider the F4, but we really need to see how it performs. Okay, so to test the 70-200 out, I've got Irina in to help us take some test shots. So a 70-200, a lot of people love to use them in studio. For me, I tend to use them outdoors, but certainly in my space, we can do tighter headshots at 200, and at 70, we can do half body shots. So as usual, I've set up a single light off to one side, and let's just run through and have a little look at the sharpness. Now, I can't do a direct comparison to the Nikon because, you know, it's going to be via adapter and it would be stopped down to f16. So we'll just look at this one in its own right to see how it's performing. Turn your chin right at the light. Yeah, and just give me some eye contact. There you go. There we are, all firing.
So I had just met Irina this morning, and this was our first time ever shooting, so these first shots were as much getting to know each other as it was testing the lens. But as you can see, the images look great and there was no problems. It never missed focus, it focused nice and quick. Going in at 100%, you can see there's plenty of detail there. It doesn't blow my mind, but I think it'll be fine for pretty much every application.
Do something with your hands out front, like out here, turning your body into that direction. Yeah, there you go.
When you're first shooting with a model, it's great to just try different things out and see what's going to work for them. Lucky for me, she already knew what her good side was. No surprises, Loki came in and stole the show, so we grabbed one shot with her as well.
So I've just been going through the images. They're looking pretty good. I don't think they're, you know, right up there with, say, the 2.8 equivalents from Sony, Nikon, and Canon. But let's see how it does outdoors.
Out in the park, we just played around, chatted, got to know each other, and shot away. Here was a shot shooting into the sun.
I think, again, just looking over to this direction, but just letting your mouth, yeah, just fall open a little bit. Not like making an O, but just open half a centimeter.
And then it's always good to give your model suggestions. I don't know about you, but for me, I think that works a lot better for her face type.
All right, to complement all of that, let's also do a hand holding test. It seems the galahs approve. So first of all, I'll turn the optical shot off on the lens. The in-body one is probably still in effect though, and then we'll turn this back on and see how it goes. So we're gonna do it at 200 mil. Let's work our way through, starting at 1/250th of a second.
There we go at 1/250th, there at 1/200th, 1/125th, 1/80th, 1/60th, a 40th, getting a bit blurry there at 1/20th, definitely blurry, a 15th, still blurry, there we go at a 10th, and then at a 6th, yeah, shocker.
Now let's turn the steady shot on and see what a difference that makes, again from 2/50th.
Okay, here we go again, 2/50th, 200th, 1/160th, 1/125th, 100th, 80th, 60th, 40th, still looking smooth and sharp, a 25th, I'm impressing myself here, a 15th, still looking good, and there at an 8th, it's not pin sharp, but pretty damn good handheld at 200 mil. Having a look at the vignette here, I was near 100 mil, must have been just short. It's hard to see there, but going from f4 to 5.6, you can see it really cleaned up there. I'd say it's pretty clean there, and by f8, you know, it hasn't really changed from 5.6, so at 5.6 it was good. Then at 200 mil, it's really pronounced there. It's actually all the way around to into the text. Going to 5.6, it's starting to clear up. Here we are at f8, and then it's getting clear. But you can see it even clears up a tiny bit more by f11. So there's a reasonable vignette on this lens.
Wow, that was a really fun time shooting with Irina today. Please do give us a thumbs up and a comment if you'd like to see her more on the channel. I had fun and I hope that you guys did too. So look, the f4, I really like it. I don't really own many of the slightly slower versions of lenses, but for FE mount, this is it at the moment. I have to say, and again, I find it weird that I'm even saying this because I love my big heavy gear. I'm all about image quality, but for the kind of casual stuff I was doing today, I really love the fact that this is so small and light. It's closer in size and weight to my 24-70 from Nikon than it is to the 70-200, which is just so much heavier. The image quality I don't think is quite there, but as you saw, the stabilization works amazingly well on this one, and I really think that the out of focus areas on this look really beautiful. You still get a really shallow depth of field, not as shallow as you do with the 2.8, and it's not quite as sharp as a lot of the 2.8s that I've tested out. The vignetting isn't amazing, but it's not terrible either. So overall, I think for 1,500 bucks compared to $3,000 for that extra stop of light, doubling in weight, all of those extra things and the added image quality, you really need to weigh that up for yourself. Do you want the bigger, heavier, more expensive, higher image quality one? Or will a nimble little one like this that's cheaper with good image quality but not the best do it for you? When you're shooting with such a small body, you do kind of give something up if you then go and you put an enormous lens on it, which, I'm a sucker for doing that myself. I love putting things like my Otis lenses onto small bodies, but, it is a trade-off. So in the end, it's going to depend on what you shoot, as always, the way you like to shoot it, your budget, and all of those different constraints that are individual to all of us. Please leave us your questions or comments, and I'll see you soon. Oh, and we filmed 2 more videos with Irina today, so you will see some more of her soon. Cheers, guys. Do you want to get in a photo with Irina? Oh, it's only because she's playing. She's not critical of who she plays with. Okay. Okay, so to test this guy out, I brought Irina. Yeah. Sorry, first time. I always cock it up at the start. Then. No, Irina's fine.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. I just need to know how to speak. Okay,